Day 4, Bright to Jindabyne, New South Wales, 379 kilometres.
Well, I'm running like my hands on fire, and I don't intend to stop even when my legs grow tired. Yes, I'm stumbling on a piece of mind. There's regret in my soul that I did not invite.
The view from the lookout over Mount Beauty and down the Kiwa Valley looked particularly pretty this morning. Hidden behind the clouds was Victoria's highest peak, Mount Bogong. Leaving the lookout, some bright spark thought it would be a good idea to have a dead engine race down the hill into Mount Beauty. This led to some sketchy overtaking moves, doing everything we could to stay off the brakes.
Hold on tight, don't let go. I need you like now more than ever before. Once you've forsaken me, don't let it be now. 'Cause there is a place that
It was about this time that someone mentioned it would be cool to see some snow today. With the altitudes along our route getting up over 1400 metres for the day, there was a good chance we would come across some snow. As we climbed higher into the clouds, visibility became difficult and the cold seeped in. Seeing the signs for Falls Creek, a detour was made to seek out the white stuff. We just couldn't pass through the high country without getting some snow under the tyres.
We were going up higher, see, but apparently it's closed somewhere up there.
Oh, it's that way. Oh, we can put a bit of stainless on it.
Through the mist at Falls Creek Village, we found what we were looking for with a blanket of the white stuff covering the ground. It didn't take much encouragement to get the boys having a play. Mitta was calling for a morning tea break, but first we had to get over the slippery roads of Trappers Gap. After some recent roadworks, they were smooth as the M3 freeway, but also that meant they were surprisingly slippery in places. Some delicate use of the controls was called for. Sausage roll and a coffee at Mitta General Store was just what the body was craving to warm it up. A somewhat lengthy run on the bitumen south towards Omeo was tense at times, with wet bitumen making it hard for us to relax on the roads. Coming in towards Binamba, we were greeted by sweeping open views with barely any trees on the hills at this altitude. Despite the sun, it was still very cold and in the single digits. We took a break on top of one of the hills to take in the grand views. How could you not appreciate the views up here? Lake Omeo was next, and typically the lake bed is dry and flat, offering a great chance to really open up your bike. Today it was a tad damp though, making for more like jet skiing than motorcycling. So we're about midway through Great Divide Ride, day 4, and we're in the little township of Omeo, nestled up high in the high country. We're about to tackle Barry Way, heading up towards Jindabyne, and that's a favourite road for adventure riders. Conditions should be beautiful in there today. Looking forward to it. Leading us into Jindabyne is one of the most iconic adventure riding roads in Australia, the Barry Way. The road surface changes to decomposed granite, which makes for some super slippery lines around the never-ending corners. Riders are faced with the solid dirt wall on one side of the road and a sheer drop down to the snowy river on the other side. Although the gorgeous views can be distracting, you need to keep your concentration up. We would climb from a low of 250 metres in the valley near Sugunbugan up to 1250 metres just before reaching Jindabyne for our overnight stop. Fantastic accommodation and meals awaited us at Ridge's Jindabyne. How was today? Cold? Yes. That is some great riding there. I think we were super lucky with conditions today. Rain last night, kept the dust down, and the roads, Barry Way in particular, was probably the best I've ever seen it in terms of, well, I didn't actually see it tonight, but it felt good, what I felt through the tyres. We're now in New South Wales, and I've got to say, it was perfect timing by Jordan this afternoon to get tech support or sweep support. We left Benambra and we're on a bit of a mission to try and get into Jindabyne before dark, so we're doing maybe a little bit over the speed limit, maybe over the advised tyre speed recommendation as we left Benambra. Probably about 300 metres after Jordan went blitzing past the ute, his back tube blew, throwing rubber chunks out the back. So we loaded the bike straight on the back of the ute, didn't you, George? It was warm on the way to Jindabyne, but you timed that perfectly. We've got a fair distance we've got to cover. We're heading across to the coast tomorrow, so we're right up in the Alpine High Country today. We're heading across to the coast, south coast of New South Wales, and it's basically a 400k route, more or less. That's a good thing about being on the coast, out of the elevations. It's going to be warm tomorrow, so be prepared to strip off some layers.